Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Bone it. You better hope you have some good. At a minimum, our opponent needs... Okay, opponent kills a Steel Overseer, which is good for them. The bad news for our opponent is Tempered Steel has arrived. How do you like some 4/4s? Opponent. We're coming for ya. Hello, everyone. It's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. And I gotta tell you something, which I never thought I'd be telling anyone, which is I'm actually really enjoying the Historic format. In fact, with Standard being all Luca and companions, Pioneer being all combo and companions, Modern being just companions on top of companions, I think that I might be enjoying Historic most out of any major Magic format right now. So, that means for the first time ever, we have a Historic episode of Budget Magic taking advantage of a new Historic Anthology 3 card. This also means that the budget is a little bit different. Since Historic is a arena-only format, this budget is not based around paper prices or Magic Online prices, even though the deck is cheap there. But this deck is built exclusively around arena prices, which means 0 mythics and a total of 12 rares. 3 different rares, each is a playset. So hopefully, if you're an arena player, you can put this deck together for Historic, go on the grind, and I think this deck is like legitimately good. So anyway, this is Historic Tempered Steel, based off a really powerful old Standard deck built around Tempered Steel, a new enchantment to the Historic format from Historic Anthologies 3. So let's talk about the deck, jump into the game, see this ridiculously powerful and ridiculously cheap deck in action. So anyway, our deck is built around 3 payoffs really, with the biggest and newest being Tempered Steel. So Tempered Steel is an insane anthem. 3-mana enchantment. It gives all of our artifact creatures not +1/+1, but +2/+2. So suddenly, our random 1-mana 1/1s become 3/3s and legitimate threats to close out the game. So Tempered Steel joins Steel Overseer and All That Glitters as our big payoff. Steel Overseer just taps to grow our artifact creatures with a +1/+1 counter. So it's essentially a backup Tempered Steel while also being an artifact creature. All That Glitters goes tall on one creature, but we have some evasive cheap artifact creatures that we can stick it on. And since it gets +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment we control, and our deck is exclusively artifacts and enchantments, All That Glitters is often giving a creature +5/+5, or even like +8/+8 for just 2 mana, which makes it a great way to close out the game. So these are the cards we want in our hand. We need really at least one of these payoffs in hand, preferably 2 sometimes. We will mulligan to find at least one because the rest of our deck is relatively underpowered artifact creatures that get better because of our payoff. So the rest of our deck is filled with 0 and 1 mana artifact creatures, and these are ranked mostly in order of how powerful they are. Our other rare in the deck is Stonecoil Serpent, which scales nicely. It can be a 1-mana 1/1 if we have like our Steel Overseer, our Tempered Steel, and we just need a threat in the battlefield. Can also be a 5-mana 5/5, plus it has protection and trample, so it works well with All That Glitters. Ginger Brew and Ornithopter are evasive, so they're great with All That Glitters to close out the game with a big attack. Inquisitive Puppet, Scries, Lockwing Gargoyle, it's expensive, but it can go to the air if we have 4 extra mana. And then Sparring Construct, it's mostly just a 1/1 for 1. Sometimes the counter matters, but really, our deck just wants to go like 1-drop artifact creature, 1-drop artifact creature, 1-drop artifact creature, Tempered Steel, make them all 3/3s, and kill our opponent on like turn 4. The last creature in our deck is Voltaic Servant. It's a 2-drop, so it's a little slow, but untapping Steel Overseer to activate it twice in a turn can be pretty powerful. Otherwise, Make a Stand gives us some main deck Wrath protection, which is one of the only ways our deck loses, or one of the main ways, is our opponent has a sweeper to get rid of all of our stuff. It's hard to rebuild, we don't have card advantage. Make a Stand fizzles a Wrath, also can pump our creatures. In the mana base, we get some Blades, Zelfred's Void to do a little scrying to try to have some like pseudo card advantage in our mana base. As far as our sideboard, we're sticking with the artifact and enchantment theme because that's kind of what our deck does. It pumps our effects, works with all of our other stuff. Conclave Tribunal, Glass Casket for removal, Make a Stand, more Wrath protection after sideboarding, Soul Guide Lantern for graveyard deck, Stamping Sphere for combo, and that is Historic 12 rare budget Tempered Steel. And that's our Budget Magic deck for this week. So let's jump into my new current favorite format, play some Historic, see if we get some quick Tempered Steel wins. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon. If you enjoyed today's deck, make sure to purchase it from our sponsor, Card Kingdom. For a limited time, you can get a Scoop Soldier sticker for free if you mention Scoop Soldier in your order notes during checkout. Alright, budget magic time. We are playing Historic this week. We are Tempered Stealing fools. Mono white steel. Opponent's playing Luris. Sure. I mean, sounds fine. Hopefully. I mean, we got the Tempered Steel. We got a couple threats. We are on the draw, which I'd rather be on the play, but opponent plays a Swamp and passes. Well, play a Void, Scry. Yeah, I guess we'll keep that. And let's just Ginger Brute. Start the beatdown. Opponent down to 19. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent's playing Mono Black, apparently. Kite Sail Freebooter. Booter. Gonna take our Tempered Seal or All That Glitters? Wow, it goes with All That Glitters? Interesting choice. Alright, well, play the land. Let's just Lockwing Gargoyle. Make this unblockable. Go attacking. I feel like we want to get Stone Coil up to 3 power so it doesn't die to Deadweights and Luris shenanigans. Holy. Alright. Well, that's annoying. Opponent gets in for 1. And fortunately, our opponent managed to freeboot twice, and we don't actually have any removal in our main deck that can answer these, so our payoffs are just gone. Unexpected, I will say. Opponent passes. Well, go to combat, get in with Stone Coil Serpent. Opponent takes it. Stone Coil X3. We need a payoff! We need a payoff! Opponent. Plains. And now we're going to keep attacking and hopefully kill our opponent, even without our Adanto Vanguard. Sure. Opponent passes. Well, Ginger Brute. Unblockable. Unblockable. Do some attacking. Opponent's down to 7. They're gonna need something good. They are on the fringe. The fringe of death. Elcid. Wow. All out attack. Okay. Interesting choice. I'll go to combat, do some attacking. Opponent's going to kill a Ginger Brute. Go to 1. Well, we'll tag serve it. Sparring Construct. Untap. Is our opponent's aggro death playing a Wrath? Otherwise, I think our opponent's aggro deck is going to be dead here. Even with the 2 freebooters stealing away a lot of our most exciting cards. And opponent. Done, double done. Companion ain't good enough here. Alright, well, that is what the deck can do, even with some disruption. Well, we will bring in Glass Casket. That seems pretty good against our opponent's deck. We'll go down the Mega Stands, we'll go down Voltaic Servants, and run it like that. I mean, this feels like it might just be a really good matchup. We were on the draw that game, too, which is theoretically a big disadvantage. And our opponent Thought Seized essentially our 2 best cards, and we still just ran our opponent over. Ooh. Well, we are going to keep this. We do have a Scry land. We're going to have to hit white mana. Knight of the Eben Legion. Well, alright. Scry for mana. Not mana. To the bottom. Lockwing Gargoyle. Ornithopter. Ship the turn. Plains for our opponent. Freebooter. Yep. Takes a removal spell. Can we draw land? Please. We can. Alright, play the land. Sparring Construct. Sparring Construct. Well, we need a Plains. Once we get a Plains, we are in business. I mean, we get to just go to town with Tempered Steel. Opponent. Deadweight kills Ornithopter. I guess okay, so we need this Plains quickly because our opponent is eventually going to start lurising that opponent. Oh, Void. Play the Void. Scry for a Plains. Pop it to the bottom. Oh, not like this. Punished for the Voids. Well, Ginger Brute. Can't be blocked. Go attacking. Ooh. I mean, maybe there's an argument to not play these Voids. This is a nightmare that we just can't cast Tempered Steel. Give our opponent time to draw Duress or something. Land. Untapped. Yes, Lurrus is annoying because it can... Our opponent got rid of our removal spell, and then Lurrus can start recasting this dead weight. Really need a white source. Dauntless Bodyguard. Okay, sure. Another Knight of the Eben Legion. Opponent. Pass in. Alright, gonna get in for one. Sure. Down to 19. White source? No. Well, Ornithopter. I mean, this is pretty unfortunate, considering we have 16 planes and 4 voids. So a little unfortunate that we're going to get the void loss here. Opponent down to 16. If they draw land, then they can start luring our board, and then we're in trouble. Serious trouble. Freebooter's pretty bad against us, but... Alright, there's a Lurrus. Do they have a land? Do we draw planes? Alright, no land. Opponent. Come on, planes. Gosh darn you, deck. Alright, so we'll just keep drawing Ornithopters. We've drawn more Ornithopters than planes, which I guess is impressive in its own weird way. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Well, here comes the world's slowest wrath. Gingerbrute. Dead. Well, we gotta draw the planes before our entire board's gone. That is the entire game. Do we draw planes? Oh my goodness. Alright, well, we still cast it if we draw dang planes. Can we draw a dang planes? Opponent. Gonna attack with Lurrus. Interesting option. Well, alright. At least we get rid of the Lurrus. So we stop the deadweights. We pass the turn. Oh boy. Oh, this is nightmarish. Opponent. Elsid. Well, protection. Thankfully a little on the late side. Oh my god, it's a Blades! Thank goodness, Magic Gods. Alright, Tempered Steel! Way later than we wanted, but it's still there. Attack. 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 That's a power Tempered Steel. Even on turn 10. Opponent gonna block. Okay, fight is one. Well, we'll put a counter on Ornithopter. Opponent goes to 10. Can you stop the Air Force, opponent? Okay, Dire Tactics. Opponent passes. Ooh, all the glitters. Well, let's put that on Ornithopter. Go to combat, attack. We got the GGs, although the game's not necessarily over yet. Opponent goes to 2, and all right, what's our opponent got? They need another removal spell to stay alive here. If they ever have to block with the freebooter, then they're in serious trouble. And opponent scoops it up. All right. Well, that was not clean. Those voids were a little bit sketchy, but I think that's just unfortunate. I think they are worth it. Like a few colorless lands. We only have one double white spell, and the rest of our deck is mostly colorless, so I think it's fine to get a little scry value, because flooding out is bad in this deck. Well, that wasn't bad. Yeah. All right, sweet. Taking down the companions. All right. Budget Magic time. We are getting Historic this week, playing what might be the most exciting format in Magic at the moment, since Standard is Standard, Companions are dominating every other format. Historic, though, got new cards, and some that enable sweet budget decks, so we're getting aggressive with a mono white Tempered Steel. Basically a deck that's pretty similar to an old Standard deck that was, oh my goodness, another one. All right, well, I guess we got our plan. And that plan is going to be all that glittersing Ornithopters. Please don't have much removal. Opponent, Schwamp, and Fungal Infection. All right. Well, I guess that means we just have to grow the Ornithopter. Hope our opponent does not have more removal. Down to 17. If they're playing like Mono Black Control with just infinite removal, this could go bad. Or maybe they're playing Sapperlings. Opponent. Green-black. That is one of the cool things about Historic right now is the format is still pretty wide open. There are top-tier decks that you see more often than others, but literally compared to any other format in Magic right now, it is the most wide open of formats. Opponent hits us down to 19. Probably just going to play a Servant next turn rather than going all in on this Ornithopter, because if it dies, that would be bad. All right, opponent is definitely Sapperlings. Ugh. Yeah, play the Servant. Hit our opponent. Untap Ornithopter. Defense. Cha-cha-cha. Opponent. Down to 13. We will run out the other All That Glitters if we get a lethal attack available. So 4? Alright, Slimefoot. So we don't have lethal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Tempered Steel. Let's just play a Puppet and Scry. Keep the planes. Hit our opponent down to 8. And then next turn, if our opponent taps out, we just Ornithopter win. If our opponent... Actually, we can just Tempered Steel either way. That still makes Ornithopter lethal. All right, so we're just where we need to be. Saprolings! It's cool. Like, it's cool that that's the thing that exists in this format. Unfortunately for our opponent, we got Tempered Steel, and it's busted. Booted. Gonna steal the win. Opponent passes. Flades. Tempered Steel. Ornithopter. Up to 8 power. Swing with Ornithopter. Kill you. Well, opponent even had a removal spell, but not even close. Although I do appreciate very much that Saprolings are a thing you can do in this format with a relatively straight face. That's actually a legit thing. Like, that is, this format has grown on me. If you know my relationship with Historic, when they announced it and it was basically standard plus a set, I was pretty much like, I don't want to play this format. But since then, we've gotten almost another entire year's worth of sets, and we've had Historic anthologies add a bunch of cards to the format. So it's reached the point where it's starting to interest me, and with every other format sort of suffering, let's say right now, thanks to companions and agent treacheries and blah 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 blah. I think right now this is Historic's time to shine. I think, and I've been really enjoying it, and I would recommend it. And this, I mean, you know, maybe this is a deck that you can put together without spending many wild cards, which is definitely an upside. Like, being competitive. Also, important to mention they got Historic ranked now, so you can rank up and like qualify for stuff just by playing Historic. Ooh. Will's Hand is what we want to see. We got all the payoffs. We got the creatures. This is okay, sure. This is just very close to our ideal hand. So this can shut down our ground attacks. Thankfully, we have flyers so we can attack with. Sedge Scorpion. Opponent plays a Swamp. See if we draw land. I don't really want to run Steel Overseer into Fungal Infection, especially when we have Tempered Steel in hand to protect it. That would be a unnecessary blowout. So if we draw a land and it looks like, wow, all right, sure. We will not block your 1/1 Death Toucher. You got us, Luke. Opponent. Yeah, we draw land. So in that case, yeah, let's play it slow and safe. Lockwing Gargoyle. Pass the turn. So this means we can. Do we want to send a yeah? Let's send the Ornithopter message. Opponent takes 0. Gotta keep him guessing. They never know. We could have a pump spell. Maybe we have a +20/+20 1 mana white pump spell, and they would die there. You never know. You never know. Vote it, Forest. You have Maya Safford. Well, okay, things are looking up. Opponent, get in there. Get in there with that Sedge Scorpion. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Opponent hits us. Well, now we get to Tempered Steel. And go attacking. Well, that's what this deck does. Opponent, reading Tempered Steel, realizing our board is big, and they are dying. Because that's what Tempered Steel does. Turns all these janky Ornithopters into pretty much unbeatable threats. So next turn, now that we got Tempered Steel, we get to Steel Overseer. It's a 3/3. Sparry Construct. It's a 3/3. Then Steel Overseer starts scoring the rest of our stuff, and our opponent just dies. I'm having a hard time imagining. Unless there's like a Wrath or something, it seems unlikely that Saproling's going to get out of this, even with the Sedge Scorpion to offer protection. Opponent, let's race. Plays a Swamp. A Wrath would be good. A Wrath also seems unlikely in Saprolings, but... Ooh, right of Bells and Locks. Spicy. Opponent passes. Well, play the Void. We will keep more Tempered Steels. We will Steel Overseer. All that glitters. Hit you for 8, down to 6. Opponent gonna make some more Clerics. Well, opponent needs a good turn. They need a really good turn. Opponent, what you got? I mean, they gotta at least kill Ornithopter or make a flyer to block it. Ornithopter is like the hero of this match. The little 0/2. Coming through. Opponent, reading, thinking. I mean, even though it's not gonna work out for our opponent, like I said before, like, One of the cool things about Historic is you can do this with a relatively straight face. Opponent passes. So I think we just activate Lockwing Gargoyle, go to combat, attack. Opponent, do you have removal? All right, force landing, interesting. So opponent goes to 1, but they get a 6/6? Okay, I mean, maybe we're in trouble. Or at least we have not 100% won. Thanks to Rites of Balzenlock of all things. Opponent's gonna, wow. All right, interesting cards in Historic sometimes. Opponent. Costly Plunder draws 2 cards, goes to 1, gets the Demon. Well, eventually we're going to be able to make this Lockwing Gargoyle big enough that this Demon's going to have to chump. Wow, another Costly Plunder. So opponent's strong cards, tap land. Or we just hit a removal spell, that would also be fine. I guess we should have brought in more Glass Caskets. I was thinking it wasn't that good against the tokens. So our opponent giving up. Have Saproblings had enough? Enough Tempered Steel for one day? Cleric token's sweet. All right, opponent. Interesting. I'm a little worried about blocking because, well, I'm going to block. I don't know why our opponent's doing this. They've had a lot of cards that I've never seen anyone else play, so who knows what blowout might await, but we're going to block. Drop to 16. Via law for exacts a creature. Well, play. Actually, we just attack. Play the land. Play Sparring Construct. Steel Overseer. Activate. This gets rid of that Demon, which was a problem. So Demon's got a chump. Okay, Demon down. And now we're back to where we want to be. Opponent's got to deal with Lockwing Gargoyle, but if they do, we still have a board. And any artifact creature we draw is just huge because of these Tempered Seals. So that's one of the nice things about this deck, is eventually we get to the point where it's hard to have bad tap decks outside of our 20 lands, because basically anything we draw is just, it's getting +2/+2, and soon even more. I wish we had our Ornithopter. I'm missing our Ornithopter. Our best draw is actually just Gingerbread, I think. Is probably just straight up lethal. Then we have lethal multiple creatures. Well, Glass Casket. Get rid of the Scorpion, which was actually sort of annoying. Tempered Steel, number 2. And go attacking. So opponent's gonna have to do some chump blocking. They can't get hit by a single creature, they're dead. Opponent blocks. So they can what? Sack? So they can sack both of their creatures. Or they can do that. I think our opponent, so one sack a creature gets +2/+2. I mean, I think they could have sacked both of their creatures and traded and went to 3, but I'm not a Saproblings player. Opponent. Fungal Infection, sure. Well, this is the power of Tempered Steel. Like, it just makes things so big. These are 1-mana 1/1s in 0/2s that are all of a sudden just absolutely massive. Opponent makes a bunch of dorks. Unfortunately, Lockwing Gargoyle does not care about ground blockers. So, yeah, fly away. Get in with Lockwing. And opponent scoops it up, and Saproblings put up a good fight, but not enough to take down Tempered Steel. Don't need many rares to stop people with this deck. Yeah, all right, sweet. All right, budget magic time. Ugh, no payoffs. We are Tempered Stealing. We're not going to keep that, though. All right, this hand has payoffs. We will put Plains to the bottom. That sounds fine. It's not great. Gingerbread's good. Yeah, it's Gingerbread. Get number 1. Opponent down to 19. So it looks like some sort of Bant control, Bant something. Well, play the Void, Scry. We'll keep Steel Overseer. We'll play Steel Overseer. I mean, our main plan is just to go as aggressive as possible here. Kill our opponent before they can wrath our board or whatever. Uro, sure. Sure. Well, let's see if they got a sweeper. That is a big question. Opponent plays an Uro. Well, we will... Inquisitive Puppet, Scry. Void to the bottom. Play a land, Steel Overseer. Activate Steel Overseer. Opponent down to 19. Ooh, come on. No Wrath. If they have a Wrath, we're in trouble. We don't have a Make a Stand, so a Wrath pretty much gets us. Gonna be hard to rebuild. There might have been an argument for holding the Ginger Brute to Ginger Brute all that glitters if there was a Wrath. Force for our opponent. Cavalier of Thorns, sure. Oh, it's Nexus. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Opponent passing. Well, all that glitters on Ginger Brute. Make it unblockable. Pump. Hit you for 9. All right, this is the turn. We got lethal next turn. What do they got? This is it. Do they go infinite? Do they rather board? If not, we got them. Even through blockers. Opponent untaps. Moment of truth. Can we take down the evil Nexus? We don't really care about Uro. We still win through Uro. Most likely. Thankfully, our opponent milled those 2 shatters. Opponent cracks. Yeah. Island. What do you got, opponent? The fact that they haven't already like wrapped their board is encouraging. It seems like our opponent's really trying to figure out if they can survive, so maybe we got it? Opponent attacks. Sure. Oh, do they actually have the Wrath? Grow Spiral. Tap land. Oh no. Are they gonna combo? Oh no, you can't be serious. They drew into the Wilderness Rack, and they have, oh my god. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully they can't keep chaining untap land down to 8. So they're going to Uro. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. Well, we'll take it. Down to 10. Tameo.
Let us have a storied battle worth retelling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, all right. Chain them together. That's unfortunate. Okay, so is there any... So we bring in the 2 Mega Stands. We'll go down to the 2 Servants, and I think our plan is just to be aggressive. As much as I like a lot of things about Historic, there are some cards that I question whether they should exist in the format. We'll see. They're going to do the Historic Invitational. The Nexus of Fate deck, I don't know. I don't know if that's what we want Historic to be about. Okay, I guess we keep this in attack. We'll see. Scryland. We'll keep Ornithopter. We'll play Sparring Construct. I mean, we got a clock. The problem is our opponent can just win with their combo at any moment, and that's bad. Well, play a Plains, Stonecoil Serpent X2, Ornithopter. Go attacking. Opponent. Yeah, Nexus is not a deck that I appreciate. Well, play Tempered Steel. I mean, we got the clock. Hit ya. Down to 10. 3. 4. We're 1 point of damage short of winning. Oh, opponent scoops it up. All right, so that's what we can do. If we're aggressive enough, we could take down the dirty Wilderness Wreck player. Ugh, Dapping Sphere doesn't really do much. Soul Guide Lantern slows us down. Maybe Conclave Tribunal. I feel like just fizzling the Wrath is our best bet. Let's stay with this. Like, just be aggressive, make a stand the first Wrath, kill our opponent before they can combo. Like, if they're gonna combo, they're gonna combo. We can't really stop them from comboing. We're a budget deck. We don't have the pieces. All right, we gotta make a stand. Tabland. Zelfrin Void, Scry. We actually kind of want to land here. Play Ginger Brute. Hit you for 1. Yeah, we would like to just draw land so we can make sure we have this make a stand. Opponent plays a land, passes. Ornithopter, well, land. Steel Overseer. Oh, come on, land. Ornithopter. Get in for 1. Oh, come on. No Grow Spiral, Wilderness Rack. Down to 18. All right, no Grow Spiral. Opponent untaps. Land. Uro, gonna draw a card. Put a land into play, perhaps. Can we hit the land to protect? All right, Scryland. Oh, this would be a good turn to draw a land. This make a stand could steal us the game, potentially. Opponent to the bottom. Another one, but we don't have the land. I guess we gotta hope they don't have it. Puppet. There's the land for next turn. Well, can we fade? Ginger Brew. Pump 'em. This is it. This is the turn of truth. Hit our opponent. Ooh, we got the Wrath protection for next turn. Do we survive? Opponent. What do they got? Wilderness Wreck. Okay. That means Nexuses will be incoming. 2, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh. Oh! Oh, what do we do? Technically, all that glitters would be lethal if it resolved. 1, 2. So, Ornithopter would be 8 if we all that glittered it. 9, 10, 11, 12, 30. I mean, it's exactly lethal. Oh, I think we gotta try. I mean, we gotta go for it. All that glitters Ornithopter. Steel Overseer. Go attacking. Opponent has a fog. All right. Stayed alive. Well, let's see what they can do. Do they go infinite? Do they draw the land of the Wrath? Tameo. Okay.
Like the phases of the moon.
So Tameo can get back the fog to keep our opponent alive. Oh. All right. Well, go to combat. Tameo, opponent, opponent, opponent. 9. Yeah, it's still lethal. All right. Root Snare. Yep. All right, now we're actually just hoping our opponent draws the Wrath. That's what we're rooting for. Yeah, I think we're going to play Ornithopter. All right. Here we go, opponent. Land. Come on, Wrath, 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 Wrath. Oh, you know you wanna. You know you wanna. You see that Wrath. You see that Wrath as your savior. Get that Plains and cast that Wrath. Oh, it's an island. Okay. Opponent takes up Tameo.
I noted this.
Names Nexus. Whiffs. And scoops it up. Whoa! Taking down Nexus. Maybe the most miserable deck of the format. Whew. I mean, we had the Wrath protection. We just needed our opponent not to go infinite there, but wow. All right, that's what the deck can do. That's what it can do on a budget. Rank it up, rank it up. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, budget magic time. We are historicing this week. Tempered Steel, getting aggro, smashing people without spending many wild cards. Yeah, this is fine. We don't have a Tempered Steel, but we have our backup payoff in Steel Overseer. Steel Tribal, apparently. And we got a bunch of 1-drops. I mean, the bad news is if our Steel Overseer dies, this hand gets a lot worse until we can find another payoff. But go Sparring Construct. Constructed Staple. Sparring Construct, apparently. Yeah, let's Void. Scry. We're gonna keep that. It's too good to pass up. Obviously, we need to hit another white source before we can cast it, but hard to pass up the card that your deck is named after. All right, looks like our opponent's grueling, perhaps, to the top. Well, Steel Overseer time. Payoff part 1. Go attacking. Gruel Aggro is one of the better decks in the format. We'll see. We'll see how our deck matches up, if this is actually Gruel. Tempered Steel should help. That can grow our creatures big enough to deal with questing beasts and spellbreakers and whatnot. Bone it. Please don't kill our Steel Overseer. Oh, okay, just a Zertar Goblin. We are fine with that. Opponent passes. Play a Plains. Play Lockwane Gargoyle. Stone Coil Serpent. Yeah, I guess we're going all 1/1s. They shouldn't have a main deck sweeper, I don't think. Stone Coil Serpent. Grow the Dorks past the turn. Pro Multicolor seems good here, too. And next turn, oh boy, next turn things get really crazy. Bone it. You better hope you have some good. At a minimum, our opponent needs, okay, opponent kills the Steel Overseer, which is good for them. The bad news for our opponent is Tempered Steel has arrived. How do you like some 4/4s? Opponent. We're coming for ya. I mean, this might just be game. Opponent's going to block Lockwing Gargoyle. Take 12. All right. I mean, I don't even know if we care about questing bees now. Like, do we care about anything at this point, or is it just game? Better beatdown, and that's the game. That's GG. Better beatdown than Gruul, apparently. Opponent scoops it up, so they might have some sideboard cards that are good against us. But we can bring in removal if we want to. Maybe like Voltaic Servants and Conclave Tribunals, at least a couple. And let's go 3 Conclave Tribunals and try it like that. Have a bit of removal in case our opponent plays something big. Alright. I mean, I guess we keep this. Only 1 land, but we can Puppet Define lands, and we do have some payoffs. Opponent's going to Pelt Collecta. Well, Puppet, find us a land, please. Gingerbrute Bottom. If we don't find lands off of these puppets, then things are scary. Opponent. Mountain. Interesting. We will block. Okay, there's a land. So play the land. How do we do this? How do we do it? Opponent's leaving up mana. I feel like Steel Overseer is gonna die. Let's Stone Coil. Well, that could die too. I guess everything can die here, can it? Well, yeah, play Steel Overseer. If it dies, it dies. Mostly, like, if our opponent had to kill it on their turn, it would be fine, but opponent being able to kill it on our turn, potentially, is a lot worse with this mana up. Yeah, Scorching Dragonfire. Sure. On the other hand, Stonecoil Serpent with all that glitters can shut down a lot of what our opponent's doing, I think. Another land, and show us Gruul Spellbreaker. Opponent combat passes. Land? No. Well, in that case, let's Puppet. I really still want to hit lands. All right, there's a Plains, Puppet, and Lockwing Gargoyle. Pass the turn. For being an aggressive deck, we have a lot of 0-power creatures on the battlefield. Tap land. Opponent passes. Well, play a land. Stonecoil X3. Pass the turn. Ooh, all right, no removal. We want a safe spot to stick all that glitters on things. That's what we're really... What is our opponent's hand? Just all lands? What did they keep? Robber of the Rich, sure. Not really a threat. Oh, they have removal. They can't... Protection for multicolor means they can't target it, right? Or no? With Domri's Ambush? Looks like that's the case. Opponent, passing. I'm worried about getting blown out. They didn't have instant speed removal last turn. All right, let's play it safe. Another Stone Coil. Pass the turn. Land for our opponent. Legion War Boss. Sure. Boy, Tempered Steel would be insane. I mean, I guess these All That Glitters are going to be pretty good, hopefully, if we can resolve them. Wouldn't mind our opponent tapping out so we could All That Glitters things. I feel like our opponent definitely has Domri's Ambush. Okay, opponent's tapping down. That's perfect. Sure. Our stuff is dying. That is fine, because all the glitters are coming. Opponent gets in. We will kill the token. Oh, land would be good. That's a land. All right, play a land. All that glitters on a Stonecoil Serpent. All that glitters on a Stonecoil Serpent. Attack for 18. Opponent takes it. All right, opponent, you're going to need something pretty good now. Pass the turn. Whew. Gruul was like the best aggro deck in this format, but Tempered Steel just, it doesn't care. It does not care. Opponent. Gonna get frisky, I'm sure, because, well, nope. All right, we will block. How does our opponent get out of this? Like some sort of wrath? Lava Coil, well, we'll sack. Not gonna do it. Not going to do it. Untap. All that glitters. Swing, swing, and good try, Gruul. Broke it, broke it. We broke it. Without playing many rares. About it. Dead and a half. Whew. This deck's so good for a budget. Oh, man. All right. Got him again. Taking down Gruul. Formerly the best aggro deck in the format. Tempered Steel might be in now. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Budget magic time. We are Tempered Sealing fools in no payoffs. No payoffs, no keep. Okay. We got payoffs. We only got one land. Well, give us a land deck. Please, 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 for the love of God, please. We will keep this. We'll put Make a Stand to the bottom. Yeah. Well, we'll see. If we hit a land for this Steel Overseer on time, this hand is perfectly fine. Possibly even very good. If we do not, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. No, pass the turn. Bone it. Untap land. Get to Lava Runner. Well, Stone Coil Serpent. Pass the turn. Ugh. Ooh, not like this. Bone it. Land. Burning Tree. Into, oh God almighty, Burning Tree, sure. Yeah. Well, there's a land. So play the land. I think we have to all it glitters. And get in for 5. Alright, opponent. Land. Attacks with everything. We will block Lava Runner. Drop to 16. Light up the stage. 2 lands, sure. Light up the stage. Land Robber of the Rich. Well, Stone Coil. And opponent! Done! Try to aggro us, will ya? Try to burn us out. Alright, so we will go up the Glass Caskets, go down Voltaic Servants, go down 2 Ornithopters. Run it like that. We're going to leave the Make-A-Stands. I feel like even just in combat, being able to like block and have our stuff not die might be worth it. Good enough. But, yeah. Trouncing over Luris, which always feels good. We're going to be on the draw against Burn. That was actually pretty, in some ways, pretty impressive because our opponent had double Burning Tree Emissary on turn 2. 1 drop, double Burning Tree Emissary, and our deck pretty easily was able to overcome that. All right. Give us lands. Opponent, tap land. Not a land. The puppets aren't bad, though. The puppets at least can scry for lands. Ugh. Glass Casket would be good if we weren't desperate for lands. Pass the turn. I mean, Tempered Seal's great. All that glitters is good. We just need the lands to cast. Oh, no. How many of these are they going to have? Are they going to have this again? Burning Tree. Oh, my goodness. How do they keep getting this every time? What is... I'm going to have to calculate this here. Opponent, yeah. Living the dream. Well, okay, that's not a land. Hits a Ginger Brute. No blocks. We are going to have to math this. We got to. I cannot resist. Because I feel like the math is not good. We're pretty dead, though. We missed a land drop anyway. Opponent, Robber, steals an Ornithopter. Well, I guess if there's good news, it's that this was not going to work out anyway since we're missing so many land drops. Opponent gets to cast our deck for free. Ornithopter. Light up the stage. Land and get to Lava Runner. Plays a land. So I think that we're actually pretty favored in this matchup, unless our opponent is incredibly lucky, which game 1 they were incredibly lucky and lost. This game, incredibly lucky. All right. All right, so during sideboarding, let's math this really quick. So 60 card decks, you have 4 Burning Tree Emissaries, you get a 7 card opening hand. How often will you have 2 or more? 6% of the time. So that is 1 out of every 20 games that you'll have 2 or more. So our opponent's definitely running well as far as Burning Tree Emissaries are concerned. To have that twice in a row, that's not super likely. Now, hopefully we dodge here in game 3. Although good news is, like I said, we are on the draw and we are likely to lose that anyway because we couldn't find land number 2. So we get to play first. All right, we'll keep. If our opponent plays 2 Burning Tree Emissaries again, I might lose it. Ginger Brute, get in, hit ya. Down to 19 past the turn. Untap land. All right. Opponent gets in for 1. Well, Plains and Steel Overseer. Hit ya. Down to 16. Opponent needs to kill the Steel Overseer. It is going to take over this game. Opponent. Ratchet Bomb. Gets in. No blocks. I'll play the land. Play Stone Coil X2. Play Sparring Construct. Steel Overseer. Hit ya. We want to try to play... Oh, they did not take up the Ratchet Bomb. Interesting. Huh. I mean, 0 does get rid of Stone Coil, and 1 does kill some of our opponent's stuff. Still interesting that they chose not to. Ratchet Bomb is probably worthy of sideboard consideration in our deck. Pyromancer. Opponent passes. Now, play Glass Casket. Get rid of the Pyromancer. Steel Overseer. Go to combat. Attack. And opponent scoops it up. Okay! Got him. Well, the Ratchet Bomb was a good try. Not good enough, though. And for a budget deck, I think this deck's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, sweet. So what did we learn this week about budget tempered steel in Historic? And the deck is great. The deck is like really solid. We went 5-1 altogether. 5-0 in our video matches. We also played another Nexus matchup, which we ended up losing. So 5-1 in high platinum, which is pretty reasonable. In the deck, I gotta say, for being 12 rares, and because Historic now has an actual queue that you can rank up on, an actual ladder that you can rank up on an arena, I feel like this is a really legitimate option for budget players to like rank up and qualify for stuff, because the deck has everything you want in the ladder. It is really fast, it is really powerful, it is very strong, it wins way more than it loses, and it is pretty upgradable. I mean, I think as far as upgrades to the deck, I'm actually pretty happy with the creatures. I wouldn't change those much at all. All the Glitter, Steel Overseer, Tempered Steel are great, so the main deck is actually fairly solid. The one place you can really upgrade in the main deck is Unbreakable Formation over Make a Stand. It's basically just a strictly better option for the most part. Not strictly, but mostly better. Otherwise, you can definitely change up the sideboard. The other possibility, if you want to go more expensive, is you can play like Karns, could be good in the deck, in the main deck or sideboard. You can play Karn the Great Creator and have a tutor from your sideboard package. So there are some shenanigans you can do to kind of build the deck, add some more rares to it, make it even more powerful. But even in its current 12 rare form, 3 playsets of rares, I think this deck is a really legitimate option to play in Historic, rank up. It's really fun, it's really aggressive. Tempered Steel itself, it's just so good. It is one of the better anthems we've had in the history of Magic, and it just works so well with what we got. We have some games where, like on turn 4, or even on turn 3, we're attacking with like 3/3/3s, and maybe we have a Steel Overseer, and stuff becomes 4/4s, and all of a sudden, we all the Glibbers, and Ornithopter, Gingerbrew, and just kill our opponent with a 10-powered attacker. So the deck has multiple lines for winning the game. The only problem for the deck, I guess there's 2 problems for the deck for the most part. One is the next matchup can be a little sketchy. We went 1-1 against it. We can beat it. We just got to be really aggressive and hope that they don't have a really great hand. But as a mono white deck, we don't really have good ways of interacting with their combo. So if they get their combo set up, there's not much we can do. The other issue is Wrath for the most part. Our deck is not good at rebuilding post Wrath. So we really need to spew our hand because we need to go wide for Steel Overseer and Tempered Steel. So if we just spew our hand and then our opponent's like shatter the sky the turn before they would have died, our deck doesn't really have a catch back up mechanism, which is where cards like Karn, cards like the Mystical Pizza Oven, Mystic Forge could be good additions to the main deck or sideboard. So right now we're relying mostly on Make a Stand, which is a fine way to fizzle Wrath. That is the good news about Make a Stand or Unbreakable Formation if you upgrade, is if your opponent goes to Wrath and you Make a Stand, you likely just kill your opponent on the backswing. So there are places where the deck can be bad, but the combination of really fast clock, super aggressive, very evasive, and the ability to go wide and go tall thanks to all the glitters allows the deck to attack on a bunch of different axi and deal with a lot of different decks in the format. So I would definitely recommend Tempered Steel to grind the Historic ladder. Only 12 rares altogether in the entire deck, main deck and sideboard, upgradable. Seems like a really good budget option. So anyway, that's been Tempered Steel for Historic. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy Historic. Let me know what you think. Do you want more Historic? I've been really enjoying it. I'm sure things will change once companions get banned and we get new sets in Standard and Modern and all that stuff. But for right now, I've been really having fun with it. So let me know what you think about the deck and the format. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.